What is going on, chat, man? We are back, and today we are reacting to Skip Bayless goes off on LeBron James GOAT debate with Draymond Green, man. You know, this was highly anticipated and highly recommended, man. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, you know, Draymond Green generally glazes LeBron, and Skip Bayless generally glazes Michael Jordan. So this is gonna be a crazy video, man. I'm excited for this, man. If you guys are new to my channel, enjoy this type of content, man, you know, hit that subscribe button, man, and join the crew. But hey, let's get straight into the video. Yes, sir. Hey.
What's up, everybody? I think this is going to be a pretty entertaining show. To my surprise, and probably to the surprise of all you guys, Draymond Green he started a new segment on his podcast, and he invited as his first guest, I think this is his first episode of this, he invited Skip Bayless. And there's a lot of history between Skip Bayless and a lot of history between Draymond Green. They went at each other through the media, through podcasts, through everything they could possibly go at each other with. But it surprised me. I mean, the show, I watched the whole thing, okay? So I did take my time. I watched the whole thing. The show is pretty interesting. There are some areas of the show which are kind of like, oh, come on, move on. Yeah, but it's an hour and 50 minutes, okay? It's an hour 50 or an hour 15, whatever. But it's definitely over an hour. So it has some spots where I wanted to kind of forward it a little bit. But then there was some spots that had some sparks flying, and I was wondering how Draymond's going to react because Skip Bayless went after LeBron James.
Ooh.
One thing before I show you the two clips I'm going to show you, which in one of them, Skip Bayless literally called LeBron a B. And then he started talking about LeBron being a decent shooter, not a great shooter. And then Michael Jordan just being, you know, heads and shoulders above LeBron James and why that is. But wow. I'm going to show you some of these clips.
That's a crazy clip. Okay.
But I also want to mention one thing. Thinking that these guys went at each other disrespectfully is totally wrong. This was as respectful a conversation as you could possibly imagine between two men connected to the NBA, connected to sports, and actually many times being at odds with each other. They were very respectful. Draymond was very, very respectful and professional to Skip, and Skip was very, very respectful and professional back to Draymond. And I appreciated that. So this wasn't anything that, you know, they were screaming at each other or cursing each other out or insulting. None of it. None of it. Very respectful conversation. Interesting points. Of course, you know, Skip disagreed with a lot of stuff that Draymond said, and Draymond disagreed with a lot of stuff that Skip says, especially out of the clips that I'm going to show you. But overall, the conversation was very, very professional and courteous and nice and no issues with that whatsoever. So let me play you those two clips that I talked about. They could be a little bit longer. I don't know exactly, but watch those and we'll be back right after to kind of break it all down and go about it.
If you'll allow me to, that when you did lose it for a moment in Game 4 and you did get suspended for Game 5, you became my all-time hero because you got mad at LeBron and you called him a bitch. And I said, that's my guy right there.
Oh,
and
wow.
He can be occasionally a bitch, but that's just me. Okay.
Well, that's my brother.
I understand. And he is, and I got it.
That's my brother. And it's actually one of the moments I regret.
Okay.
You know, because when I use that word with people, I'll pull it out every now and then on the court. But when I pull that word out, like I'm ready to fight.
I understand.
Like, and so I'm saying this word to you so that you can get ready to fight me.
Well,
back.
it's a fighting word.
It is 1,000%
Yeah,
a
you are
fighting word.
signaling it's time
It's
to
time
go.
to fight, right?
Yeah.
So the last time I was called that, and I'm not proud of what I did after, but it is a fighting word, you know. And so when I look back on that moment, it's one I'm not proud of, especially with where our relationship is today, and it's one that, like I said, when I pull that word out, all respect is out the window, you know. And my respect for Bron is through the roof.
I understand. Well, he got over it, right?
Yeah, but you know, I think in him getting over it was also me going to him and acknowledging that.
Okay, so you saw Skip Bayless go after LeBron James. You saw Draymond Green's reaction, and you said, "I regret calling LeBron that word. It's a fighting word. All the respect is out the window. I regret it. LeBron just got over it."
That's crazy, chat. Like that's absolutely crazy, bro. Like, chat, what's your thoughts on that? You know, what's your thoughts on that segment to where, you know, Draymond said that and Skip Bayless said that? Like, how do y'all feel about that, man? I'm genuinely curious, man. Let me know.
Because I went to him and I acknowledged I made a mistake. And our relationship today is different and all that other stuff. I do agree their relationship is different. But a lot of people just don't understand why it's different. Skip might know, he might not know. I don't know. I mean, I made a video on it. Listen, I might be 100% wrong. I might be 100% right. I might be 50-50. I don't know. You can decide. I'm just sharing my opinions here and showing you factual information of what I see chronologically happening. So that video of Draymond Green, which I'm going to leave a link to at the end of this video, you're going to see it on the screen, basically shows that before Draymond joined Clutch Sports and signed them as his agency, he was mocking LeBron. He was, you know, just laughing at him, mocking him, not willing to.
I remember those times. I'm going to be honest. As a LeBron fan, I do remember those times. So it's kind of weird now, yeah.
To say he's the greatest or how great he is and all that other stuff. Once he signed with Clutch, he just did a 180-degree turn, and that was it. And I think the relationship between him and LeBron changed a lot because once he signed with Clutch, Clutch started working on getting him commercial contracts and helping him make money and promote his podcast somewhat and help him with other stuff. And he owes LeBron and Clutch so much because of that's why their relationship changed. That's just my opinion. That's the way I see it. So now let's look at their conversation and Skip Bayless and Draymond Green kind of going back and forth about LeBron James not being as great as Michael Jordan and all that other stuff. So take a look at that.
And I always call him the greatest driver of the basketball ever, period, end of story, because I'm giving him 6'9". Do you give him 6'9"?
Yeah, for sure.
So Skip tells you he's calling LeBron the greatest driver of the basketball all time. I can't knock him for that.
Okay.
I think there's some intangibles that make LeBron the greatest driver of the basketball all time, meaning his athletic ability. He is a great athlete. You cannot question that. If you do, I don't know, something wrong with you. You're blind.
Facts.
That's one. He is a huge guy for his position, and he's very fast. So he can bulldoze himself through a lot of people, and that's why he's so effective driving the basketball. It's not so much skill and moves and ball handle. It's a lot, like most of it is just bulldozing through people. So I just wanted to throw that context in there, how I look at that Skip Bayless comment. So let's keep going.
Okay, 6'9", what do we say, 260?
65,
270, and ambidextrous because he's born left-handed, plays right-handed, but sometimes I think he's better with his left hand at the rim.
Yes.
Okay, so that's called unstoppable. And as explosive athletically as anybody of that size we have ever seen. But not the mental toughness, not the killer instinct that Jordan had.
What's up, guys? You heard what Skip just said.
Gosh,
he said that
bro.
LeBron James just
Bro,
didn't
Chad, do you guys think LeBron does not have no killer instinct at all? Like, at all?
not ever have the killer instinct that Michael Jordan has. And I just want to throw this in there. Some of you know already, but I did write a book. It says Killer Instinct, Jordan, Kobe, and the Mentality LeBron Never Had. This is written by me. It's available on Amazon. Got 20 chapters explaining exactly, comparing all three players in every chapter, showing why one has, that instinct and why the other one doesn't. And it has Kobe, Mike, and LeBron James. So you can check it out. I'll leave a link to the book in the description. Let's keep going.
At 6'6". And just me, if you could have that all-time one-on-one game with both of them at their prime, Jordan would just terrorize him. He just would. He would.
Oh my God. He said Jordan would terrorize LeBron James in his prime, 1v1.
He would talk him to death. He would just talk him into smithereens. He'd just make him blubber with just his talk. And then Jordan had some of you in him that I always called him a supremely talented a supremely talented overachiever. So he had the whole combination.
Yes.
He had your overachievement, your scratch and claw, but gifted. You want to talk about explosive athletically? Lord have mercy. Mm-hmm. So it's on another level from LeBron. And yet I can say all these great things about LeBron, which I just did, which I believe with all my heart and soul. But I always say LeBron just wasn't born with the clutch gene. That's and I can show you, we don't have enough show left to do it, but I could walk you back through LeBron's epic fails in big moments, and there are a bunch of them that Jordan never had one of. But it's
What, bro? Epic fails and clutch moments that Jordan never had one of, bro.
just one after another after another. I know he's your brother and you love him.
Well, the biggest one fail that we can mention and anybody knows about is the 2011 NBA Finals where LeBron James lost to...
I knew he would bring the 2011 one up, bro. Everyone brings that up. That one is bad.
the Dallas Mavericks with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh on the team. It was the first year he was in Miami. And he just never showed up in the final. He averaged like 17.4 points a game. Averaged less points than a bench player for Dallas who was Jason Terry. There was a situation, I believe, in game 5, if I'm not mistaken, in the second half, because I rewatched that game recently. I was reading an article on it. There is multiple occasions where Jason Terry literally just blows by LeBron James while LeBron James is defending him.
I ain't gonna lie, Jason Terry was cooking though. Like Jason Terry chat was literally cooking LeBron James so bad. And we've done a video on that on my channel. If you guys want to go check that out, you guys can. Bro, it was so bad. And I never expected that. It was kind of hidden from the media. I'm not gonna lie.
For open layups. Like, that final was just terrible. Then there's other situations, but I just wanted to bring that up there. And Skip tells you there's multiple of them. And Michael Jordan never had one like that. There wasn't a game where he didn't show up, especially a game that counted. There wasn't an NBA final where he didn't show up. He was always the main centerpiece and always carrying the team and always dominating. Let's keep going.
And yet there's a nice guy in there that ultimately does LeBron in because he's too nice for his own good. He doesn't have, listen, Michael Jordan would just slit your throat. I know him. I know him. He'd slit my throat.
Of course.
And he liked me, but he'd slit my throat if I got in his way.
All right, let me just give you some context because he keeps saying that he knows me, he liked me, all that stuff. And a lot of people could think up, like, the dude doesn't even know you. Like, that's not true. A lot of people don't know this. And Skip actually said it during this podcast again, that he was present for that whole season with the media when they were recording The Last Dance. So he was present for that whole season, and he had a very good relationship with Michael Jordan. He would have, personal discussions with him. I mean, one-on-one discussions, basketball-wise, and all that other stuff. So if you don't know, that is the story about, why Skip Bayless is saying that he liked me and I know him and all that other stuff. So he watched him that whole season very closely because he was there every single game. So let's keep moving on.
Okay.
Not literally, but figuratively. Yeah.
Of course.
Okay. So my basketball throw, that's what he was. And there's never been anyone more driven to win a basketball game than Michael Jordan. And LeBron is wildly gifted and obviously all-time great. And if you want to go already on Rushmore, you can have it. But I'm always in the context of defending Jordan against LeBron, and I feel like ridiculous having to even have the conversation. So I'm like, if you think LeBron is better than Jordan, you're disqualified. I don't know what you think, or I don't know if maybe it puts you in a bad place to have an opinion, but I don't know if you know Jordan.
I kind of agree with that. You're disqualified if you don't agree. Okay.
His game well enough to have a really steeped, educated opinion on what Jordan was. But I know LeBron's game, and it's, again, the passing, the driving, but then he's the all-time greatest scorer in the history of your league, and LeBron is, by his standards, he's a lousy shooter, and that always just wears me out to think about the points he left on the table.
LeBron is a lousy shooter? Oh, wow. Okay.
35% three-point shooter, and if you look like today, if you just rank that in the league today, that would rank 120th. That's not great.
Have to interject because if I get some LeBron James fans watching this and, Skip saying that he's a lousy three-point shooter, then everybody's going to be like, oh, Michael Jordan had a worse three-point percentage than LeBron James. Shut up. Right now, LeBron James is attempting 8-9 threes a freaking game. The NBA, every single team is attempting between 40 to 50 threes a game. When Michael Jordan came into the league in 84, I think that's when the three-point line, somewhere around that time, the three-point line appeared in the NBA. Nobody really even wanted to shoot threes. They put threes in to pick up the score of the games and stuff like that, but nobody really wanted to shoot them. I mean, in the 90s, like 94, 95,
it does make sense. Like, they didn't really want to shoot threes that much back then, bro. They were more like middies, more get to the rim, you'll get to the paint, you'll do that lay.
You had three-point specialists like Reggie Miller take up to 8 to 9 three-pointers a game. Now, almost every freaking star in the NBA is taking that. Almost every very good player is taking that many threes a game. It's a different game. They actually practice the shot. It's a huge part of their game. When Michael Jordan played, it was not a huge part of his game, period. And he never wanted to be a huge part of his game. He's on video saying multiple times early in his career and late in his career, I don't like three-pointers. Taking threes makes you lazy. I'd rather drive to the basket. That's literally what he said. So let's keep moving.
He's a 74% free throw shooter, and by his standards, by greatest player ever standards, it's not great. Jordan was 84% from the free throw line. KD is 89. Larry Bird, Magic were 89 and 88. It's by superstar standards, LeBron's a lousy shooter, both free throws and threes. And everybody says, oh, he's in the lab in the offseason. Well, you should go fix that. You can make that some better to me.
Do you think he became a lot better shooter over the course of his career?
Okay, but I'm just doing, well, not this year. He's 30% this year, so he's having a hard time. But okay.
55.
I know he's 55. That's true. You got me. But listen, the longevity factor, like I just go crazy about LeBron James on his durability. It's an ability, is durability, and he is the greatest. He's Jordan-esque. You can have that. The longevity it's impossibly great.
Okay, the longevity part I can agree with partially, but I was making a video yesterday, and I've said that in multiple of my videos. Yes, LeBron James is in the 23rd season in his career, but he missed 3 seasons of basketball. He missed 3 full seasons of games during his career. He missed 242 freaking games.
Whoa.
You miss a little here, you miss a little there, you miss a little there, you miss a little there. That's already managing his load throughout his career. Then you add better nutrition. Then you add better equipment, better training equipment, and all that stuff. That makes a freaking difference. You give all of those things to Mike, my goodness, what that could have been. So let's keep moving.
I'm being totally honest. And
He got a point, chat.
Like, I know Mike Macias and all that he's done for LeBron. They're next level. And LeBron is next level on knowing what to put in your mouth. You are what you eat. And he learned that way earlier than you talked about the old players. They just hit the wall at 34 and they're just done.
Yeah.
Because they ate all the wrong things. They drank all the wrong things. They didn't do any of the fitness, the off-season fitness, and they just crumbled in their early 30s.
Yeah.
And look at what LeBron is doing. I watched him the other night. I know he's hurt right now, but he looks, what is he now, 41? Is he? Yeah, 41.
41.
He looks like 28.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
He does.
Okay, it's impossible. He's still really good.
Yeah.
Really good. And so I give him all those flowers, the passing, the driving, but how could you not improve your shooting more than you did, especially your free throw shooting? Because you can
I hate to say it, but he has a big point on that, man.
do that to me. That's just me. But okay. So I just tell the truth about him, but I people always say they love that I hate LeBron. And I don't hate him. I'm just telling the truth about what I see.
So, not better than Mike. Where do you rank him?
Okay, I still have him 9th. Okay, I just do. I mean,
9th is crazy. See, that's crazy, bro.
seriously. Wait. Okay, you know Kobe's game, and I got Kobe above him. Listen, LeBron's not better. He's not better than Larry Bird. He's not better than Larry Bird. Larry Bird was a cold-blooded killer too.
He was, but come
Ooh,
on.
man.
Don't get me
Okay.
wrong. Like, I don't want Larry Bird, Larry Legend,
Okay.
taking nothing.
Okay, would I take Tim
come
Duncan over LeBron James? I would. I saw Tim Duncan should have 6 rings if not for Ray Allen, and LeBron should be 3-7 in the finals if not for Ray Allen making the greatest clutch shot I ever witnessed.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a big shot.
Okay, so Tim Duncan is really good. Bill Russell was really like the ultimate winner. I'd take him over LeBron as a leader and a driven force of those Celtic. I know it was ancient, and they're playing against a lot of white guys. I got it. You know, like well, they are. They're playing against way too many white guys. But he was a real winner, and he just Wilt Chamberlain was like,
I don't know if LeBron's 9th though, bro. Like 9th all time. I don't know. 9 people better than him, nah.
6 inches taller than Bill Russell, and Wilt didn't have a prayer against him because he played him with his mind and his will and his guts and his drive. And I'm going to take him for all those intangible reasons. I'll take him over LeBron, and then we keep going up. Kareem and Shaq. They're just forces. They're taller and bigger and stronger than LeBron, and I'm going to take them. And then Magic was the ultimate winner, and then on Mount Rushmore, all 4 faces, is Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Okay, so
Respect.
All right. So if you ask me, yes, I believe I checked. It was an hour and 50 minutes, the whole conversation between these two guys. I really enjoyed it for the most part, but some parts were a little boring because they were talking about stuff that didn't really interest me. Okay. But like I said, the conversation was very courteous. You can see them talking to each other. They're nice. There's no raised voices. There's no name calling or anything like that, except the first one where Skip Bayless went after LeBron. But Overall, I liked the format for Draymond. And
Facts.
yeah, it takes courage to go to that kind of format. And especially for the first show, invite your nemesis, you could say, because Skip went after Draymond a lot of times. But he was very respectful to him in this episode. And he was talking to him. He was telling him a lot of positive things, like you have the drive and you scratch and claw and stuff like that. Not necessarily gifted as a player, not a great shooter,
Wow.
and all that, but you know, a very major piece of the Golden State Warriors championships. He is, but I believe he was and it still is a replaceable part of that team. Where you take Steph Curry or anybody else, they're not replaceable
That is kind of facts, though. I agree what he's saying about Draymond.
parts. But he did his job. He did what he's supposed to do, and he did help him win championships. Simple as that. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. This was over 20 minutes.
Chat, let me know down below what you guys think about this, because this was absolutely crazy. I didn't think Skip Bayless was going to go this crazy on the LeBron James GOAT debate, man, bro. That was crazy. He rides hard for Jordan, man. But, you know, with that being said, this is the end of the video, so make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time. Yes, sir.